Jedi Zonker back for training session number 4, multi-step equations. This is an exciting day because after this lesson you will have mastered the basics in the Force and be ready to move on to more advanced skills. We're going to tackle these multi-step equations using 4 steps. First, can we distribute? Can we combine like terms second? Third, move the variable to one side of the equation if necessary. And lastly, solve for that variable. Remember, always keep balance. Always make changes to both sides of the equal sign when solving. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. What's that doing here? Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's take this one. 2 plus 3 times parentheses x plus 2 equals 29. First off, can we distribute? Well, I see parentheses right here. That means yes. I'm going to take this and have 3 times x to get 3x. Then 3 times 2 is going to be plus 6. Then I can bring down everything else. That's going to be 2 plus, and my equal sign equals 29. And we have distributed. Perfect. Second, combine like terms. Do we have any like terms here? Well, I see that this 2 and this 6 both do not have a variable, so those are like terms. So if I do 2 plus 6, that will be 8. Looking at this 3x, this does not have anything to combine with, so I'm going to just bring that right down, and I'm going to get plus 3x equals, and I'm going to bring this 29 down, equals 29. It looks like all of my like terms are combined. Beautiful. I'm going to cancel that out. Next, do we need to move the variable to one side of the equation? Well, if I look at this, I only have a variable right here on the left. I do not have a variable over here. So we do not need to do any movement whatsoever of a variable. Boom, I can cancel that out from there. Lastly, we want to solve this equation. So if I'm solving, that means I need to ask myself, where is my variable? It's right here, this 3x. Let's take care of everything that's far away from that variable, starting with this 8. So I'm going to subtract 8 from the left. Keep balance, subtract 8 from the right. That's going to cancel out, giving me 3x equals 29 minus 8, 21. From there, now I could clear out what's close to my variable, which I have 3 times x. So I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides of the equal sign. 3 divided by 3 is 1. That's going to cancel out, leaving me with x. And I have 21 divided by 3, which is 7. And that's going to be my answer. X equals 7. All right. Here we've got 3x plus 5x plus 4 minus x plus 7 equals 88. All right, first up, distribute. Well, there are no parentheses here. Since there are no parentheses, we do not need to do this step. So I'm going to cross off distribution. Next up, can we combine like terms? All right, it looks like we've got several like terms here. First, I have a 3x, a 5x, and a minus x, and I'm going to put that 1 there to remind me it's a minus 1x. So 3x plus 5x, that is 8x. And then I also have this minus 1x, so I have minus 1x. Overall, 8x minus 1x is going to be 7x. So I took this whole thing up here, 3x plus 5x minus 1x equals 7x. Lastly, do I have any terms without a variable that I can combine? Well, I've got 4 plus 7. And 4 plus 7 is going to give me a plus 11 right down here. Then I can just bring down my equals 88. It looks like our combine like terms step is complete, so I'm going to cancel that off. Next up, can we move the variable to one side of the equation? It looks like this is just like our last one. We only have an x on the left. We do not have a variable on the right. So we can skip that step as well. Lastly, let's solve. Where's our variable? It's right here with this 7x. Let's get rid of the outside stuff here. Minus 11, because that's plus 11. The inverse of plus 11 is minus 11. Let's do both sides of the equal sign. That's going to cancel out. 11 minus 11 is 0. So we'll just be left with this 7x equals, then we have 88 minus 11, which is going to be 77. Giving ourselves a little more room here. We still have 7 times x. The opposite, the inverse of that is divide by 7. Times 7, divide by 7. We'll do both sides of the equal sign. 7 divided by 7 is 1. That's going to cancel out, leaving us with 1x. I'll just write x equals 77 divided by 7 is 11. So x equals 11 is our solution. All right, here we have 6x plus 5 equals 10 plus 5x. First up, can we distribute? Well, again, I see no parentheses, so we can just bypass that step. Let's cancel that out. Next, combine like terms. Well, I have a 6x here plus 5. Now let's split this up. On the left side, there's nothing to combine this x with. There's nothing to combine this non-x term with. So we'll say that we do not need to combine. On the right side, we have a 10 with no variable, and we have a 5 next to an x. Again, on the right side, we have nothing to combine. So when we're combining like terms, let's keep it separate on the equal sign. We cannot combine across the equal sign. So for this, we are also done with step number 2. Next, step 3. Can we move the variable to one side of the equation? Now on this one, I have a 6x on the left and a 5x on the right. We don't want that. We want to move the variable so it's only on one side. I'm going to take this plus 5x and I'm going to move it to the left by doing minus 5x. And I'm going to do that to both sides of my equal sign, and I'm going to put it right next to my 6x over here. So I decided to move this 5x to the left. So instead of plus 5x, I'm going to minus 5x. That's going to cancel that out. 5x minus 5x is 0. Then I have this 6x minus 5x, which is going to be 1x or just x. Then I still have this plus 5 equals 10. I also, if I wanted to, could have moved this 6x to the right by subtracting 6x from both sides. I just wanted to move the 5x to the left just because that's my preference. So let's cancel out step 3. We moved the variable, as you can see, to one side of the equation, leaving us x plus 5 equals 10. Last thing we need to do is solve. We have our variable right here, x, so we need to take out everything outside of that. I'm going to subtract 5, since that's the inverse of plus 5, and I'm going to do that to both sides of the equal sign, minus 5 on the right as well. 5 minus 5, those cancel out, 0, leaving us with x equals 10 minus 5, which is 5. That's our answer, x equals 5. Last one, here we go. 4 times parentheses 2a plus 3 equals negative 3 parentheses a minus 1 plus 31. Starting off, can we distribute? Well, I see parentheses here and here. So we want to distribute both of those out. 4 times 2a is 8a. And then 4 times 3 is going to give us plus 12. Oops, that's a plus sign. Equals negative 3 times a is negative 3a. And negative 3 times negative 1, that's going to be plus 3. Then we still have this plus 31 on the right side. Next, can we combine any like terms? Let's start on the left side of the equation. I've got an 8a and a 12. None of that is going to be able to combine, so I'm going to rewrite 8a plus 12. Next, on the right side of the equation, it looks like I could combine this 3 with this 31 to get plus 34. We also still have that negative 3a, and of course our equal sign. That brings us here to 8a plus 12 equals negative 3a plus 34. Like terms are combined, let's cancel that out. Next, we want to move our variable to one side of the equation. Here we've got the 8a on the left and the negative 3a on the right. Once again, I want to move that 3a on the right over to the left. So we're going to do the opposite of that negative 3a, and we are going to plus 3a. So that will cancel out. Negative 3a plus 3a is 0. Then I have to do plus 3a on the left to keep it balanced. And I'm going to get 8a plus 3a to be 11a. Then I still have this plus 12 equals positive 34. All right, it looks like we've moved our variables successfully. I'm going to cancel that out. Last thing we need to do is solve this equation. Let's bring it back down here. First off, where is our variable? It's right here, directly next to the 11a. Let's get rid of our outside stuff, which is this plus 12. So I'm going to minus 12 from the left, minus 12 from the right. That's going to give me on the left, 12 minus 12 cancels out, 11a equals 34 minus 12 is going to be 22. Then let's take care of our close stuff. What's right here next to the a is 11 times a, so I'm going to divide by 11 on the left, divide by 11 on the right. I get 11 divided by 11 is 1a, leaving me with just a, equals 22 divided by 11, 2. That's my answer, a equals 2. Zonker out. Math Wars.